Rub the sun or lick the moon. Scoop up your sunlight and moonlight teas. Link is down in the description. Bruh, it's either or. You decide. Yo, boys! 2025! Brand new year to actually sit down and rank all the starter Pokemon. It's been about 3 years going this year of Scarlet and Violet been out. Let's actually sit down and rank these from best to worst to what bangs, maybe it's nostalgia blinded, or they actually are just that good. Leave a like if you're excited, subscribe, cop the merch. It's in the description below and the pinned comments. And with that out the way, let's jump in, man. Let's jump into some beautiful greatness, man. Bulbasaur, truly one of the greatest to do it. I'm gonna be real with you. This is an S tier starter. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. He's cute. He's lovable. Playthrough wise, he is phenomenal. Like, if you want to run through Kanto, he is very consistent in it. He just does it all. I mean, he smokes the first 3 gym leaders. You're really not gonna start seeing some problems until, like, honestly, you could argue the first 4, dude, because you can just spam Poison Stab on any Grassmon that Erica has, even though she has like a Weeping Bell, I think, or something like that. So I guess, dude, but like, you're fine at that. The first 4, you're great at, and even competitively, he's aged the best. Venusaur has been consistent throughout, I feel like, almost every generation. He's never really truly been a fraud. You just can't be that fast in Sun. You just truly can't. Great coverage, Weather Ball. You got Earth Power now, so a great Terra abuser out of all the starters here. Truly one of a kind. Ash's Bulbasaur, man. Just any Bulbasaur. Look at him. He's a little guy. He is. I love the little Dino Frog. He's great. Charmander, I'll be honest. While I'm not that big a fan of Charizard, Charmander, I think, does slap B tier. Charmander's like, okay, it's solid. Like, this would be solid. I'll even put solid in this, so people notice it's solid. I enjoy Charmander. I think it's cute. I feel like as the years have gone on, it gets less cute. I think it's his head. Look at his head. This don't look like Gen 1 Charmander. This looks like 2016 you know what I mean? Like, I like the Charmander, kind of like how I like Fat Pikachu, but even more for Charmander. They're like OG, ditzy, airheaded look Charmander. Now Charmander look like he got a big ass head. You know what I mean? He just looked like he got a lot of thought up there, bro. What you thinking about? You're not getting mad, man. Let's move on. Squirtle. Squirtle's a GOAT. I think this is like the best way that I probably rank these guys. Squirtle's the GOAT. I don't want to throw too many in S, but I think Squirtle is the GOAT. I feel like as the years go on, maybe Unite has kind of made me hate him a little more, which is spoilers. If you do not play Unite, he's one of the most broken mons in the game at level 1. I swear to God, he's insane. But Squirtle's great, man. I mean, Blastoise, again, another guy that just keeps evolving throughout the meta competitively, right? They finally give him Shell Smash. I don't know why the mon that is literally encompassed by its shell can Shell Smash at the way end, but he finally got it around Gen 8. Hype moments. Megastoise is coming back. Imagine Megastoise with Shell Smash. It's gonna be crazy. Just playthrough-wise, again, a great guy. He's super strong. Some might even say he is the best starter in Kanto. If we hit the like goal, we'll rank those. And then not to mention as well, too, I mean, dude, he's just great, dude. Like, Blastoise is just great, man. Rapid Spin, Flip Turn now, dude. Shell Smash, playthrough-wise, he's great. Design-wise, he's great. What's not to love? Even his forms look great. He's a great guy. Chikorita, I'll be honest, she gets a lot of hate, and that will not change too much here. C tier starter. I don't think she's really the worst. I don't really think that she is the worst here. I don't. I don't think she's the best here. I don't. There are some Chikorita diehards that I want to apologize to. As a kid growing up, I chose Chikorita almost every time in Crystal. Every time. If you guys don't know anything about me, I always choose the water and the grass starter. I never choose fire. So I've tried Chikorita a ton of times. The setup is disgusting. They gave Chikorita going up against Falconer, Bugsy, Miltank, like, and then Gengar. Like, dude, it's a setup, guys. It is a setup. I don't even think really the Chikorita line starts getting crazy up until Chuck, because it's so physically tanky that it can take on guys like Primeape and especially Poliwrath phenomenally well, and it is solid into Erica as well too, because of the Steelix being the ace. Now, what am I ranking these on? Just what I prefer. Really everything, right? And all of these things go into everything for me, right? As playthrough-wise, it's a setup. Competitive-wise, didn't really change either. I feel like his best gimmick was like aromatherapy, and aromatherapy is completely gone out of Gen 9. I don't want to be basic, but I think this is the one thing the community's been asking for all these years, that if she is a starter for Legends ZA, we'll find out, right? We'll see. I think they should give it a fairy. I know, it's basic, but look at it from a competitive angle. I'm only looking at it from that. Grass Fairy defensively is generally not that bad. Yes, you are quad weak to poison, but the quad weakness will not hold you back. A guy like Tyranitar has consistently been one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's quad weak. to fighting. And they gave everyone their mother close combat. Now, he's seen better days, but before Gen 9, he was still the GOAT. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, I think it's a setup. Design-wise, she's cute, but nothing too appalling. I like to whip my hair back and forth, little ponytail. I think it's so cute. You know what, Chikorita? You might get bumped up. Cyndaquil, what's not to love? He's a cute little guy. What's not to love? I still remember when Cyndaquil was up in the sky and Ash told it to spin and shoot a flamethrower down. That was hype. That was hype as hell. I think Chikorita is stupid cute. I think Quilava's badass. I'm just not a Typhlosion guy. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not a Typhlosion guy. And we are only doing the bases, though. If you want to see a full one, by all means, 500 likes and like goal, and we'll do that. But we'll see. Again, a great starter competitively. Obviously, around I'd say really Gen 4 was the fall off of the thing. When this thing did Thunder Punch and Ice Punch and all these elements and all these punches that were special, it was phenomenal. It was great. It was insane coverage. Those who know. When the elemental moves were special, just a split before it happened with those typings, this thing was the GOAT. And we did get him power, but wow, man, dude, like those moves are just stronger. It was a big nerf, and it did get a Hisuian, but I think playthrough-wise it's solid. Most choose it. I think it was the most popular one of the three. But me personally, Toto! I think he's one of the greatest to ever do it. I think he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Totodile is so cute and really unique. Like, even when you look down and you look at the rest of the pool of these starters, dude, like, Totodile really stands out. I know we just got another Croc within Fuecoco, but before that, truly, like, if you look at all these designs, Totodile, in my honest opinion, stands out. Like, you look at these guys and you know they're a starter, but there's some that just stand out to the point where they're just beyond. And I feel like that's what Totodile is. You know what I mean? Really cute. Dumb little idiot airhead. I just love him to death. I'm glad Ash got it and not Misty, though I get why Misty should have gotten it because, you know, Water Queen. I love him. He's great in the anime. He's cute in the anime. He's solid playthrough-wise. I always chose him. And even competitively, Gator has consistently been the best of the three when it comes to the Gen 2 starters. And I feel like he only gets better over time, right? Gen 4, he was solid. Gen 5, he got Sheer Force. It was huge, right? And even Gen 6, he was like a mini Crawdon where he was a solid Revenger. He was always, sadly, in the shadows of Crawdon. Crawdon has another stab. So maybe if Totodile gets a form, maybe they give it a dark type. I know it's basic, but I'm only looking at it competitively. I know some people only look at these other typings with design going into it. I guess crocodiles, are they evil? Do they deserve dark types? Not really. Hey, it's the animal kingdom. That's just their life, you know? Trico, I like Trico. I actually like Trico a lot. As a kid, especially, I think as a kid growing up, it was tied for my all-time favorite starter, which those who know, it'll come up to it. It's just really cool, man. It's like a cool little like gecko ninja. And I've always been obsessed with like geckos and lizards. I even found like salamanders in my backyard or whatever it is. Yes, I know salamanders are amphibians. Yes, I know, okay? Regardless, though, I absolutely love them. And look, man, regardless, Totodile, he's really cute, man. I would love it if either one of these guys, honestly, would get forms, which I guess we can talk about it. I genuinely would not mind if anybody on this roster got forms. I do have my biases, but I feel like all the starters are all pretty good. Let's just get that out the way. You know what I mean? I think they're all genuinely good. Torchic, honestly, another great starter. Gen 3, they really did it. We can even get into Mudkip, the greatest of all time. But we'll talk about Torchic for now. Torchic, incredible, really cute. I love that it was like a maze identity. I loved it. Even competitively, let's talk, was arguably the most broken starter. Not even arguably, it was easily the most broken starter ever existed, ever. Like, ever. Competitively, of course, ever. And then Greninja came out. and then Greninja came out, and you know, and the rest is history. But before that, Blaziken, man, he was non-stop banned. And then he got a Mega, and that was also non-stop banned. It was crazy, dude. I mean, the identity of Speed King, the fastest to ever do it in this. And the Mudkip, of course, it was not even one of, I'm pretty sure, guys, the Do You Like Mudkips was the very first meme of Pokemon, like, ever. And Mudkip is really cute. Mudkip is really cute. It is just, I love the derpy looking guys. I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? As you can tell, like Bulbasaur, he's a little bit different than that, but I love the derpy looking guys. I do. You know what I mean? This is just, what can I say? The best starter on this list, period. There are some that come close, but wow, you know what I mean? And it was the first thing ever. It's so adorable. When Brock got it, I lost my mind. I literally chose Sapphire as a kid growing up because I grew up on Gen 3, right? It's just my generation. And I love I love it, dude. I was obsessed with blue as a kid, if you couldn't tell. But I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what I mean? And that didn't change. Turtwig, again, one of the greats. I know. S tier. Controversial. One of the greats, truly. By far my favorite of the Gen 4 starters, which I actually, in these talking points, Gen 4 starters, a little underrated. When people talk about the greatest of all time, it's always Gen 3 and Gen 1. Gen 4 should be in these conversations. Gen 4 should be in these talking points. I think all three of them, even baseline as the babies, are just phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I'm only doing babies. They are the most iconic variants of them. You know what I mean? I just think it's phenomenal, truly. There's some like Infernape is more popular than Chimchar, and Charizard are probably than Char. You know how it goes, but hey, you get my point. Turtwig is great. What's not to love? A little chunky little turtle. It's just the greatest. I love him, dude. Look at his little feet. He's ready to go on an adventure. Chimchar, another great starter. Yes, if you could not tell, I like starters. I do. I think they're all good. They're made to be liked. I like them. Chimchar is great. I love monkey Pokemon. I was happy to see this. Chimchar was actually the very first time I actually wanted to take a fire starter, so I was very happy with his design. Though, not to be that guy, because I was obsessed with animals growing up. Infernape, he has a tail, but he's an ape. I don't know. I don't know. A chimp. I mean, he got a little, it's like fire on his ass, I guess. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a fire tail. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Whatever, dude. Whatever. And then Pillow, of course, the most popular starter of Gen 4. Another great one. What's not to love? I mean, I just love the colors, dude. The colors are so royal and strong, and it's great because it's supposed to be like an Emperor Penguin for Empoleon. I love it. Piplup, I feel like, especially for girls growing up, it kind of like redefined their favorite Mon, because you kind of know like May and Dawn and Misty, like like girls growing up, they looked up to them, and they're like, oh my god, I want to get their Mons. My sisters and cousins were always like that, you know what I mean? But I also really liked May's team. May's team was fine. I mean, May had some taste. May had some taste. She had a glitch on something. Hey, May had some taste, bro. We're not gonna get into that conversation. May had a great team. Okay, Snivy. I know, man. I know, another A-tier starter, dude. I know. We're getting into the ones that I like. I like Snivy. Just the great. I just love. He looks like rude but cocky. You know what I mean? Like he's like, look at me. I'm so much better than all of you. Like Snivy is just the greatest. His little hands. Though I screamed at my high school. I remember this because I played this game when I was in high school. I screamed at my high school when I saw Surfine. Surfine. Yo, look that anime cry up. Surfine. I could not do it, Surfine. That is an abomination. Tepig. I like Tepig. I know. Tepig needs a lot of hate. I like Tepig. I think Tepig is really, really cute. I like him. He starts to evolve, but I like Tepig. I do like Tepig in this household. We like Tepig in this household. Maybe Azel too, I'll do B, but I like Tepig. Tepig is a great little guy. Look at him. He's just a little guy, but he's also haram. He's haram. So, we can't eat him, but he's a good friend. Oshawott, yeah, I saw it as well too. I know the Gen 5 starters weren't the most beloved. That actually was one of the biggest criticisms of Gen 5. A lot of people are trying to like change the history of Gen 5 starters. Of kind of like, like these guys weren't really that hated. And Gen 5 was not that hated. And it's just like, I was old enough when these games came out. I no-life these games. I spammed them. I love them. It's actually a big reason why I even started YouTube. Here I am today is because of Gen 5 competitive scene and the games. Where do you think the name Nexus came from? My goat N? To be fair, though, that's a whole loner for the day. My name started with N, but for another reason that we're not gonna get into. But yeah, I mean, they weren't. They are kind of on the weaker end. You know what I mean? Like Oshawott, like. I probably put it in C if I'm really being honest. I don't like it as much as these guys, but like I see the appeal, not for me. Chespin, no. I'm sorry. I don't know how to describe it. Out of all the starters here, it looks like the most forced wants to look like a starter Pokemon, like out of everything here. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's like the face, the details, something. It just looks like it wants to be a starter. It is, duh. So I guess I'm being hypocritical when I say that, but I don't know how to describe it. I'm trying to find the words for it. No, I don't like it. No, I'm not disliking it because it wants to be liked. I just don't like it. I don't like the design. I think it looks weird. He looks like he smells. I don't like it. I'm not a Chesson fan. I don't like it. Fennekin, though, she does not get enough love. I was also there. I was in my early YouTube days and with X and Y. She was the most popular of the three. It was exactly what you guys are thinking about. When Inteleon came out and it was leaking. Hisuian Typhlosion came out and it was leaking of the hate. Everyone was like, oh my God, dude, these guys are so bad, it's cooked. She was the first. She walked so Inteleon hate and Hisuian Typhlosion hate could rise. Swear. Swear to God. Swear to God, bro. Because she was the idol. She was the favorite of the X and Y. Because people were like, oh my God, not a firefighting. Because there was like an early screenshot of Sari where she used like Psybeam or Confusion or something. So we all knew it was going to be a fighting type. We knew. So that was hype. That was really hype. Froakie, I love him a lot. I know, man. A lot in A, dude. There's a lot of good starters, man. I like Froakie. I think he's clean. I think he's one of my favorites. I just love frogs. I love the little frogs. He's like a little ninja frog, and I grew up loving Naruto with Gamabunta and Gamakichi. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. I love it. He was definitely kind of giving Naruto frog, and he's just so gonna just he's so cool, dude. He's so cool. And Rowlet, he's solid. He's cute. He's just a fat little boy. He's cute. I get the appeal. He's cool. He's cool. It's cool. You know, you probably think I put him in S tier with the way I love the derpy guys, but Decidueye is what I'm not a big fan of, and I can't try to forget about that. Litten, I know, a little controversial. I do think Litten is S tier, a little controversial. I love Litten. I think Litten was the very first time I ever chose a fire starter ever, and maybe I might be the Messiah. Maybe I might be Moses, because the first time I chose a fire starter, it is the best competitive starter Pokemon we've ever gotten, at least on the VGC side, on the official scene. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought that was kind of crazy. I was like, nah, I'm not the chosen one. I was like, what? So that was pretty cool. I like that. And then Popplio gets too much hate. I love Popplio. He's cute. I love Popplio. I do. Gets too much hate, man. I mean, I don't know, dude. He's cute, man. He's just a little arp. You know what I mean? I love him to death. I think he's a great little guy. I love the theme that they do. They were kind of like circus animals or something like that. Like a wrestler and a siren and what? Like there's always like a theme. Not to go in the Chinese zone, just a theme. You know what I mean? And then Decidueye, I forget, he's like an archer. So it's like certain styles of like, I don't know, like entertainment. You know what I mean? It was cool. Grookey, not enough love. The Gen 8 guys are the new Gen 5 guys. Listen, I know, it's crazy, I know. But these games were a long time ago. Funny enough, we're going 6 years, 2025, right? The Gen 8 starters are not the most favored at all. Like anytime I see these, like even on TikTok with the normies, they don't like them. They're not a fan of the Galar starters at all. I thought the Galar starters are great. Grookey is one of the cutest little guys alive, and I love the monkey starters. I love them. My bias might be showing, but I was Grookey gang till the day I die. I almost chose Sobble, which Sobble, like C tier, I almost chose Sobble, but Inteleon has actually ruined this thing for me. As you can tell, I don't like Inteleon. Even Inteleon, Drizzile. I know it's not about them, it's about Sobble, but the further evolutions do kind of like make up the identity throughout the line. It's kind of hard to ignore that and hard to not bring that up. So not the biggest fan of Sobble. I definitely saw that there's some potential, but not the biggest fan of it all. Quaxly is like C tier. Like he's a cool little guy. I actually almost chose Quaxly, funny enough, as well too. I'm telling you, I literally almost always choose the water ones. So the water, grass, mainly grass, but Quaxly's cool. He's just a little guy. I think he's great, you know? I like his little attitude, you know? C is rough though, maybe B. I'm like indifferent of these two tiers, cause like, dude, like this guy is the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs of Gen 9 Little Cup. He's like actually the GOAT. You know what I mean? He's the GOAT. Playthrough-wise is great too. The anime's got a posh little attitude. I just like ducks. I'll put it in B for now. I like ducks. Sprig, yes, it's one of my all-time favorites. Yes. I think they nailed it with Sprig. I think they absolutely nailed it. We're actually gonna make another tier. We're gonna add a row above, and we're gonna go ahead and call it the Mudkip tier, because Mudkip is just that good. Like I don't like any one of the S tier guys as much as Mudkip. Mudkip is on a tier of his own. You know what I mean? But Sprig is great. I was actually like one of the people as well, to be honest, that I didn't want it to stand. Anytime we see a cat or some kind of like animal, we don't want it to stand. And then we kind of like it when it stands, right? One of the OG ones, really OG ones, I guess, kind of. Crocodile. People didn't want it to stand. It stood up, and they're like, okay, you know what? It's kind of cool though. But Sprig, no one knew it was gonna stand at all because the starters lead to the very end. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and it's easily the most popular of the 3 starters, and is the strongest of the 3. And I love that. Playthrough wise, it could be a bit brutal depending on which path you go. Just because, like, you know, bug into freaking grass, it's not the best, but you get through those 2 and you're good. Fuecoco, he's cool. I like him a lot. He's baby. He's a little baby guy. I love him. I feel like it's a bit criminal to not like Fuecoco. Like, I'll be honest, when the games first came out, I'm never wowed about the fire ones. So I was like, okay, I see the appeal. He's a cute little croc. I like it. But I knew that I was gonna take Sprig. My heart went to Sprig. I love cats. I even own a cat. I love cats, right? But Fuecoco, he's just too cute. He's a little airhead. He's like actually more airheaded than Toto. Toto feels like the 12-year-old big bro, and then Fuecoco's like actually like 3. He's like, he's just a little guy, man. I love him. Love him. And I guess the order was a bit weird, and I didn't choose Score Bunny, but I like Score Bunny. I don't know where the hate came from with the Gen 8 starters. I think they just don't like humanoid, and all 3 of them, their final evos are humanoid. Like, one is like James Bond flow, the other one's a soccer player, and the other one's like a long hair, like drummer. So I guess the humanoid aspect is what people did not like about the Gen 8 starters. I thought they were great. I'll be honest, the trios have been pretty strong. I think they only got a bit sus at around, like, since X and Y, they're a bit sus. Like, a lot of people did not like the X and Y starters either. But controversial, not since Gen 5, but technically Gen 8. If you're like me and you're in the indifference, like, minority, people don't like the Gen 8 starters. They are always, you can look up starter tier lists all the time on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. They're not favored. They're not liked. That's just how it is. But guys, that's the list for 2025 best starters. We'll do it again at the end of the year for the second half when we see more starters, man. 500 likes for the like goal if you want to see me do all the starter evolutions, and 1,000 likes for the like goal if you want to see me rank these in their games. Guys, leave a like, subscribe, cop the merch, and let me know when you do. Tweet it at me. Thank you for watching. Let's make it a great year.